Gone are the days when the personal department or the HR department performs clerical duties such as record keeping, paper pushing, and file maintenance and control. Gone are those days. The role of human resource management or the human resources management in an organization has been constantly evolving, and they are evolving dramatically among these recent years. So for today, we are going to briefly discuss the strategic role of human resources management. For that, we have these learning outcomes. We will be discussing the nature of human resources management, its scope, and its importance. Another thing that we are going to discuss is the system approach to HRM and the traditional HR versus the strategic HR. Let's go to the next slide. For that, let us define the nature of human resource management. So, what is human resource management first? It is the process of bringing people to the organizations together so that the goals of the organization and, of course, the employee are met. In short, we can define human resources management as the art of producing, developing, and maintaining competent workforce to achieve the goals of an organization in an effective and most efficient manner. Human resources management is also the practice of recruiting, hiring, deploying, and managing an organization's employee. So we usually refer it as human resources or simple as HR, as simple as H&R, no? HR department is the one responsible for the creation, implementation, and they are the ones who oversee the policies governing the workers and monitor the relationship between the management and its employees. So the scope of HRM or this, let's just discuss this one by one. When we say the scope of HRM, this refers to all the activities that come under the banner, the responsibilities, and designations of the human resource management. And these are those activities. Number one, human resources planning. So this scope of HR is responsible to the process by which the company identifies the number of jobs vacant, job, vacancies, and whether the company has excess staff or they have a shortage of staff and deal with it according to what is necessary. It's either they hire more people or they have to remove some employees. Another scope of HRM is what we call the job analysis design. This is also an important area of human resource management because in job analysis, it gives out the detailed explanation of the designations or the certain responsibilities required by the company for a certain position, no, the roles and designations necessary. So after the collection or the job analysis report, the role of human resource management will be going to the recruitment and selection. So the traditional way in recruitment and selection is that based on the information collected from job analysis, the company will advertise, no, and publish the the hiring notice to the newspapers. But nowadays, since we are on the fourth industrial revolution, They post the recruitment notice to the social media platforms and other hiring sites like JobStreet and LinkedIn and many other sites. So for that, um, this is where the recruitment will start. Okay. After the number of application are received after the advertisement, interviews are to be conducted and the right employee would be selected. And this is the selection process, which is a very, very integral part of human resource management. So, recruitment and selection is crucial in screening qualified employees for the job. Another scope of HRM is what we call orientation and induction. So once the employee has been selected, we have this what we call induction or orientation program, right? So this is another important area of human resource management. So the employee would be informed about the background of the company, explain the HR personnel will explain about the organizational culture, values, and work ethics, and of course, the employee will be introduced to other employees for them to feel at home and to feel welcome. And next scope is what we call training and development. So every employees, no, they go under training programs. For that, they due to these trainings, it helps them put up a better performance on the job. No, it's not just for newly hired. Training program is also conducted for those old employees, yung mga existing staff, no, which already has enough experiences. But um, these trainings are called refresher training. So usually this is the part where the company spends a huge amount when they are implementing this. So next is the performance appraisal. So a performance appraisal is conducted. It depends on the company. Some companies, especially for those newly hired, they conduct it yearly. And then based on the appraisal, future promotions, incentives, and increments in salary are decided. And lastly, one of the scopes of HRM is what we call compensation planning and remuneration. So different organizations have their different rules regarding compensation and benefits. It is the job of the HR department to look into these compensation packages and planning. All right. So moving on, the importance of HRM. An organization's success becomes increasingly dependent on the knowledge, skills, and abilities of its employees, particularly when they establish a set of core competence which distinguish the organization from its competitors. So just think about it. For example, you are a restaurant owner and you were able to find a chef who are uh, who masters almost all culinary foods available, and then mawawala siya. So what will happen to your company? Hence, the company or the organization is becoming really, really dependent to its people, and we all know that since ever since. Then, human resource management helps an organization and its people to realize their respective goals. Thus, in the enterprise level, the importance of HRM are as follows, no? A good human resource management practices can help in what? In attracting and retaining the best people in the organization. Hindi ka alisin ng mga tao mo if you have good HR practices. Another is it helps in training people for challenging roles and developed employees right attitudes toward jobs. So that is beneficial what are beneficial to the company. At the individual level, so to your employees, number one, it promotes teamwork and team spirit. A good HRM provides or encourages teamwork and team spirits among employees. Another is it offers excellent growth opportunities to people who have potentials, of course. No, it encourages people to work with diligence and commitment. Another importance of HRM at the society level. Of course, since you are competent, the company becomes competent. Hence, employment opportunities are benefits rather the society. It reduces unemployment. And another is since you are getting well known or being well known in the industry, you can easily find talents and able you will be able to put them on the most appropriate position, which in turn, of course, will benefit the company. Again, so those companies who pay and treat people well always raised ahead of others and they deliver excellent results. For the national level, people with the right skills, proper attitudes, and appropriate values help the nation to get ahead and compete with the best in the world. Of course, leading to a better standard of living and better employment in the country. In short, so let's summarize those importances of HRM. So a competitive HRM attracts and retains employee. It train people for challenging roles. It develops skills and competencies. They promote team spirit. They develop loyalty and commitment. It increased productivity. The company increases in productivity and profits. It improves job satisfactions of the employees and enhances standard of living. And lastly, it generates employment opportunities. Now move on. The system approach to HRM. So what is a system? A system is a set of interrelated but separate elements or parts of working toward a common goal. Human resource system is an organization which is not only a unique subsystem but a principal and central subsystem. So let's just move on to the next slide. Look at this slide. Whatever in the environment, for example, in the environment of marketing subsystem, production, finance, and research development, like the what is happening on the people there, uh, they are influenced with the economy, the cultural, the legal, political, historical, and the competitors and consumers as a whole. This environment will also affect the personnel system. So the resources system receives input from the organization. So like the individual and organizational performance and output. Hence, greater the effectiveness and productivity of personnel, the more will be the effective function of an organization. That's the overall um, sense of HRM as a subsystem. Now we will be comparing traditional HR versus strategic HR. Traditional human resources management reacts to employees when workers make requests or cause problems. The HR steps in and takes care of it, while strategic HR, it involves planning, a strategic and visionary outlook, and they look farther ahead and heads off problems. Like they are proactive in doing human intervention programs and other change programs in organizational development before the problems happen. They already have the solution for it. So these HR professionals also look at the company's needs for the future, and strategic HR develop strategies to meet the future needs of the company. A traditional HR focuses on employee relations in partnership with internal and external groups. They are transformative in nature, wherein it helps the people and the organization to adopt, learn, and act quickly. They are also reactive and consider various time frames as a flexible or in a flexible manner. While a strategic HR SHRM realizes, no, strategic human resources management realizes that people makes the company. People can make or break an organization. Why? Because all decisions made regarding finance, marketing, operations, or technology are made by the organization's people. Hence, the company provide a lot of attention to its people. And lastly, it compels people at all levels to focus more on strategic issues rather than operational issues. And that's all for our discussion for this video. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, you may ask.